Okay, welcome back to another episode of Third and 23. I'm your host Alex, here to recap this weekend of week 10 of the college football season. Kind of go over how my picks and predictions went, both straight up picks, ATS picks. So as y'all know, going into the week, I had been 12-3 over the past 3 weeks, including last Saturday. Had a 5-0 ATS week, so I was looking to kind of keep that hot streak going. If you're new to the channel and you look in the top right, you're gonna see my overall record. My overall record is record straight up picks, and my ATS against the spread is obviously against the spread picks. All right, so kind of switching things up around. Just gonna talk my ATS picks since that's what a lot of people like in the gambling world, right? Against the spread to make more money. So going into it, Ohio State at Rutgers, I said I was going to lay to 18.5. I said Rutgers passing offense wasn't going to be explosive or wasn't going to be able to move the ball well at all against Ohio State. In fact, I said on video that I didn't think they would hit 100 yards passing. They got 129, so okay, I give it up to them. But I thought this was a game that wouldn't be able to score enough because of that, because they won't have any explosive plays through the air. I thought it'd be something like 34-7, something like that, Ohio State. So I had no hesitation in wanting to lay at 18.5. Late at 18.5, and the game didn't really play out how I thought it would. Rutgers played this passive, scary football that sometimes you'll see coaches do in college. I can't stand it. Where they'll milk the clock from the very beginning. They'll milk the clock, the play clock to 1 every play. It's basically they're not trying to win the game. They just don't want to get blown out. I've seen a lot of coaches do it throughout history. Can't stand it. So I thought I was in danger of not hitting this, right? Ohio State was down 9-7 with Rutgers had the ball early second half going downfield. This is what happens when you play scary football like that. Is they threw a pass that got tipped, picked, and housed, and just like that, you're down 14-9. Scary football never wins. Ohio State ended up taking a 28-16 lead. Fourth quarter, Rutgers had to go for it from deep in their own territory, didn't get it. Gave Ohio State the opportunity to score. Thankfully, they did. 35-16, and we covered by that half point. So, win's a win, but that definitely had me on the edge of my seat. Notre Dame at Clemson. This was a game I said Clemson's fizzling. I did say they needed to get home after the NC State game, but I wanted to see them play against a weaker opponent than Notre Dame. I thought they'd have problems in this game with all the injuries they've sustained offensively. And it didn't turn out that way. Clemson's defense really just was all over Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman, man, he had better receivers at Wake. Just call it what it is. These guys couldn't separate against the Clemson DBs. Clemson defense is still pretty good. But the offense for Clemson still with Caleb Klubnik still wasn't working. I mean, Caleb Klubnik didn't play well in this game. I think he was 13 for 26 in this game. Threw a pick six. Actually, they got Notre Dame back in the game because Clemson was up early, 24-6, and then Notre Dame started to kind of like crawl their way back into the game. The fourth quarter was basically punts back and forth between both teams. Notre Dame could never really get out of their own territory, as Sam Hartman couldn't find anything on the outside to his weapons. So the final on this one was 31-23. So I whiffed on this one. Got to eat that. So no undefeated week this time around. OU at Oklahoma State. I told you guys this is the last bedlam. I said Mike Gundy's not going to go out in the last Bedlam, without some fireworks, right? Crowd was amped for the final Bedlam game. And I said, man, I'm not going to take OK State with a 6. I told you guys I'm taking OK State money line. That's what I recommended to do. And what happened in this game? Ollie Gordon did Ollie Gordon things. He didn't go over 200 this time, but he went over 100, had a good game. But the real thing was reason that Oklahoma State was able to win this game, by the way, 27-24, is that Rashad Owens went crazy in this game. But for OU to win this game, you needed Dylan Gabriel to drastically outplay Alan Bowman. Alan Bowman is not really that great of a quarterback, never really has been. And Alan Bowman in this game threw for over 300 yards. And Rashad Owens in this game had, 10 for 136. That's the real reason Oklahoma State won this game. It wasn't Ollie, even though Ollie did his thing. It was Bowman to Owens, and OU couldn't stop it. I'll say this, if you watch this game, there was some iffy officiating going on in that fourth quarter, but I'm going to leave it at that. Either way, 27-24, OK State wins, and that is going to be another hit for here at 3rd and 23. Washington at USC. I told you guys I'm taking the Huskies and laying the 3 in this one. As I've told you guys, Washington's the kind of team that doesn't look like they're going 12-0. They look like they're going to drop a game because lately, in the past few weeks, it's been their offense has a really good game, but their defense does it, or their defense has a really good game, but their offense does it. Now, I thought that playing against USC, everybody's going to go off against the Trojans defense because they stink. And that's what happened. Washington got right offensively, but yet again, the defense struggled in this game. But the offense got right in this game. Dylan Johnson ran for 250 and 4 touchdowns. And, man, it wasn't like he was – I like Dylan Johnson. You guys heard me talk about him on the channel before. I said that he's a really good running back. I said that was a big underrated move getting him in the transfer portal. But he was running through massive holes, man. This USC defense wasn't setting the edge, getting wide open holes. I mean, they were out there, weren't trying. And if you haven't heard yet, USC went ahead and let their defensive coordinator go. So that was probably on its way to happening by the end of the season, or after the season ended. But something needed to be done there. But yeah, so Dylan Johnson 250. Michael Penix had a good game. I think he threw for 250. But the Washington defense, I'm telling you, Caleb busted that secondary up. In fact, the running game for USC played well too. They were hitting big plays too. Both of these teams went over 500 yards of offense, but the Husky DBs were getting cooked this whole game by Caleb. But still, there was a big play happened at the end of the first half, and this one's what really decided it. This back and forth game. Caleb fumbled the ball with about less than a minute to go in the first half in their own territory. Washington recovered and got a touchdown right before halftime, and that's what gave the Huskies the separation they needed in this game. They ended up winning this one 52-42, so that's going to be another hit. LSU at Alabama. I told you guys I'm taking Bama, laying the 3. I like the fact that Alabama makes defensive adjustments in every game in the second half. I said that with all the defensive injuries LSU has, particularly in the secondary, I thought Jalen Milroe could have himself a good game in this one. Milroe did have himself a good game. Passing the ball, he was okay. I think he threw, what did he throw for, like 219 or something like that? But it was really on the ground. Yeah, he threw, yeah, he did throw for 219, but he ran for 155 and 4 touchdowns. In fact, Jaden Daniels did the same thing. Jaden Daniels threw for 219 and ran for 163 and a touchdown. So this game was about neither team being able to put a spy on the other opposing team's quarterback. So this game was back and forth. This game ended up being 28-28 early second half. Bama scores to make it 35-28, and then LSU on a Jaden Daniels pass, he drops back the pass. Dallas Turner, this is man, you call it what you want, but this was a dirty play. Dallas Turner gets hit with a targeting penalty, hit him with the crown of his helmet right in the face, picked him up, drove him in the ground right on his head. Jaden Daniels gets a concussion. Now they're down 35-28 at this time, and they're about to have a first down with that penalty. Changed the whole outcome of the game. LSU didn't score again. They put in Grant Nussmeier, 5 for 10, 50 yards. That's not going to get it done. And then Alabama scored again to make it 42-28. So for our purposes, we went ahead and covered there. We covered a 3, so all good there. But again, I'm going to say that was a dirty play. I don't know how this game would have turned out if Jaden Daniels stayed healthy. But that's another hit. And then finally, we're going to say UCLA, Arizona. UCLA, or I told you guys, Arizona's been winning us money, right? Odds makers don't respect AZ, and I've been telling you guys about AZ for the last few weeks, right? Every single week, Arizona gets us money. Got us paid again. Arizona won this game 27-10. I told you guys this Arizona defense is a lot better than people think. They pretty much shut down every passing game they played against. They shut down UCLA's passing game. Ethan Garbers didn't do much in this game, like 130 yards passing or something along those lines. Just want to find that for you. Yeah, Ethan Garbers went 143, right? And then Dante Moore came in, wasn't any better. Arizona shut these guys down. Nova Fita did Nova Fita things, threw for 300. AZ wins 27-10, and we cover yet again. So that's a 5-1 week. ATS, that's 10-1 the last 2 weeks. That's 17-4 the last 4 weeks. So you guys call it what you want, but we're kind of cooking over here. And if you look at my straight up picks, just go over. Texas beat Kansas State 33-30 in overtime. Kansas State should have kicked the field goal. They didn't. Ole Miss beat Texas A&M 38-35. Wild back and forth game. Jackson Dart, Trey Harris were too much in that game. Georgia beat Missouri 30-21. I told you guys they want to lay that 15. This is a better Missouri than you think, or than they have been. Fourth quarter, Missouri was down 24-21, had 2 opportunities to win the game, take the lead at least, and both drives ended with interceptions. Penn State, Maryland, I didn't want to do that game because I didn't know what I was going to get from the Penn State offense. They beat the trash out of Maryland 51-15. I told you guys Maryland does dumb things, 4 turnovers. Virginia Tech, Louisville. I took Louisville in that one, 34-3. Virginia Tech didn't hit 100 yards rushing or 100 yards passing. Completely dominated that hokey offense. And then finally, Miami, NC State. This is my one game wrong. I got straight up. I thought NC State, with their poor offense, wouldn't be able to get anything done. Miami, 3 turnovers and a ton of 3-and-outs. Tyler Van Dyke, man, he's just not looking good. They say he's banged up, and they probably should have sat him for this game or at least last week. So we went 5-1 overall as well. And as you guys know, I like to update things real time here. So our overall, or first we'll do our ATS. That goes up to 29-19. Whoops. And overall, it goes up to 66-30. So not bad. Done a pretty good job here past several weeks, looking to keep it going. But new week, new story every time, right? So I'll see you guys on Friday when I preview and pick for week 11. If you guys like the comment, please like, follow, subscribe, all of that, as I'm going to have my YouTube handle up here in a few seconds. Take care.